Jurgen Klopp played on the emotional factor for far too long.
Huh?
The emotional factor of this is my last season. Let's go out and do it.
Yeah.
It feels like he neglected the tactics and he ran on emotion.
Yeah, and it put added pressure on the youngsters, because the young players that he put in were not under pressure and were playing well pre his announcement.
Yeah.
After his announcement, it had a bit of an effect on everyone. Now it was added pressure.
Welcome back. It's the Matchup TV. Mzamo.
It's another one.
It's another one, an exciting one. It's the Run In.
EPL Premier League.
Hey, the English Premier League is showing us flames, man.
It's been an interesting one. Since last time, a few fans have apparently I've stopped speaking about that other team now. So it will be nice this week. But we're talking about the last couple of games. It's one of the tightest title runs in some time.
Yeah, I think the last one that was this good was when Brendan Rodgers is at Liverpool.
Chelsea Gate.
Yeah, the slip, the infamous slip.
Sure.
And I think also that's when City was with Mancini.
Yeah.
And I think Tottenham had
Poch.
Poch's first or
the
second
great Poch.
season. So yeah, that was a tight one.
Yeah.
2013-14.
But
So
I
it's
think,
almost 10 years since we had a run in with 3 teams up until the last few weeks.
But I think it's in the last decade or so. I mean, there's no final day like the one the famous Aguero goal, where the two Manchester teams were fighting it out till the last day. I think that's probably one of the most exciting title runs in some time. I mean, the last couple of years it's been quite tight between Liverpool and Man City. But at least this season it looks like a bit of a 3-horse race.
Yeah. For me, it's pretty obvious because we need to put in the permutations of Champions League exits for Arsenal and City, and then also Liverpool going out on a whimper at Bergamo at Atalanta in the Europa.
Sure.
Leaving the top 3 teams to solely focus on what's left, which is like the 4 game days, and then City might have an added 2 game days because of
FA Cup.
of the FA Cup semi-final and then probably the FA Cup final.
What effect do you think it's going to have on City?
They're gonna go hard.
They were looking for first it was looking for a quadruple. Now it just keeps going down and down.
Now it's a double,
Yeah.
but you must remember. So okay, before we get to what I think about City, let's just talk teams.
Yeah.
Let's start alphabetically, meaning ALM. Yeah, Arsenal is good. Arsenal has improved a lot. They've come leaps and bounds from the last 3-4 years. Bringing in Declan Rice kind of helped them. Not buying a striker is hampering them now. It's pretty obvious.
Sure.
Arteta is so keen on making Havertz the gliding Kai from Bayer Leverkusen, of which is a different player now. He's been in England for a solid 4 years now. We haven't really seen him being gliding Kai for a good few years.
Sure.
Saliba and Gabriel are a solid defense unit. They've been the stingiest defense in the league, but I think this persistence with David Raya might also come back to haunt them. For me, he's a quiet keeper. He doesn't command his box. He doesn't communicate.
Okay.
We've seen these things happen. We've seen it when Aston Villa beat them. We saw it twice against Bayern Munich. So I think Uraya mela improve the relationship yakhe no Gabriel and Saliba.
Do you think it was a mistake letting go of Martinez?
Big mistake.
The World Cup winning
Big mistake.
Martinez.
And when they let go of Martinez, they were persistent on Ramsdale. Ramsdale didn't work out. Then they went out to get Raya. So clearly it's showing Guti the goalkeeper spot is a soft spot. It's like the underbelly of Arsenal.
It used to be their defense. Now,
If you've been an Arsenal fan or a Premier League fan, you know they've had people like David Seaman. You know they've had people like Lehmann from Germany, who was an invincible, and he was also one of the solid keeper. Liverpool look like they have a Mo Salah problem, in sense of since
it's off form.
of form and
Since AFCON,
since AFCON and the impact of Ramadan. You can't be at your peak as an athlete. Meanwhile, you're starving throughout the whole day. Yes, it's not starving yourself, but it was a religious sacrifice.
So it's a bit the timing of everything.
The timing of everything killed it. And then now it looks like Jurgen Klopp played on the emotional factor for far too long. The emotional factor of this is my last season. Let's go out and do it.
Yeah.
It feels like he neglected the tactics and he ran on emotion.
Yeah, and it put added pressure on the youngsters, because the young players that he put in were not under pressure and were playing well pre his announcement.
Yeah.
After his
the
announcement, it had a bit of an effect on everyone. Now it was added pressure, extra eyeballs, a few injuries here and there. Yeah.
Now they have to step up and they're being thrown into the deep end. But it looks like that's why I'm saying the tactics. There was no development of tactics.
Yeah.
Because if Endo Wataru is not having a good game, McAllister must drop into the 6, and then the free 8s become either Jones and Szoboszlai or Harvey Elliott, Jones. They also sometimes bring in one of the young stars, Bobby Clark. Is it Bobby Clark? Yeah. So I feel like there was no time to make everyone gel. Trent being injured was a big thing for them. That's a big miss, because he's a passing metronome.
And it's also a different kind of way to set up the game.
Exactly, and you don't have to depend on one passer, like depending on McAllister. You can also depend on Trent. You can also depend on the fact that when he's on the wing, Salah can tuck in a bit, but you can also depend on the fact it can go vice versa.
Sure.
Salah goes in, he holds the line on the wing, and then Trent goes into the midfield. City, for me, are capable of doing it.
Yeah.
My issue is they didn't replace certain players, and those players were the guys who they depended on come crunch time.
Sure.
Riyad Mahrez, Ilkay Gundogan. There's a third player there. Oh, Sterling. But I think now Sterling.
It's been some time though since.
But I'm saying it looks like they found a dribbling winger in Doku. Yeah. So there's a few.
But they've got depth though. I mean, as long as they have the key players.
Can they gel?
Rodri and those guys.
Can they gel?
When it matters.
When it matters. I mean, now, as much as he's no longer a youngster because he's kind of like a senior player, you can't tell me Phil Foden is the carrier. So with those said, I think Arsenal have bombed it in a sense of they allowed themselves to be fixated on way too many tournaments in a thin-spreaded squad.
They didn't have squad depth.
The squad depth is non-existent. I mean, if you take out Martinelli or Gabriel and you're saying you're going to bring in Edin Ketia. Come on.
Don't be like that.
No.
Don't be like that.
So, when Declan Rice is off form, there's no one else to replace him because you can't say Jorginho is that kind of player.
So they have a weak spine. You still think
spine is non-existent.
He needs to build. He's got one or two more seasons.
So he needs 2 or 3 players. You see what Alisson and Virgil was to Liverpool. You see what when they replaced what's his name again? This guy, the Fernandinho at City when he was replaced by Rodri.
Sure.
You need to bring in a character like that. Disciplined, knows how to go about the game, is good at tactical fouls. They've got that in Declan. They need someone to assist in the front.
Sure.
A core of their front. Like someone who can be, they built the team around.
Sure.
So I was thinking they could have went for someone like Osimhen. It looks like Osimhen is in love with Italy.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like it's going to happen. So Arsenal need a striker. Arsenal need a backup. Or maybe they can find him or her, whatever they identify as these days, them. They find a player like that who can be Declan's understudy.
So you think they don't have a squad to win a league?
No, not yet.
As things stand?
Not yet. They can win a cup. They can get away with a cup, but definitely not the league.
So I'm hearing things like he's going to get a £200 million purse for the summer transfers.
But you
think it will help?
You must remember right now, the only issue with that is that the Premier League's own FFP structure is harsher than FIFA's FFP.
Okay.
So they need to be very careful on that one.
But you don't think he might get a few bargains, a few loans?
The loan structure might help them. Bargains might be a good thing, and also there's still Euros to come, so injuries are going to be a big factor. Some stars are going to perform there, so you never know. I mean, I've always been a fan of this kid from Portugal. He's got dreadlocks. He used to be at Bayern, and then he went to Lille.
Not the Isiga.
No.
Okay.
I'll remember his surname. I'll probably put him up on the chat. But they need a player like that, a player who's not like a complete midfield. You know what Declan is? The complete midfielder, not just the holding. They need someone to assist Declan in that, because Arsenal has been playing this tactical football, Wenger ball.
But if he's that complete, will he want to be an understudy to Declan Rice, man?
If you get him at a cut price, or as a young boy trying to prove himself, maybe. You never know, man.
But I mean, if you're gonna have two elite players, and this might sound controversial, but I don't see he's not yet in that elite pack.
With Declan,
he's still got a few.
Yeah,
more,
he's not world class yet.
So if you have someone who comes, so let's say for example,
Renato Sanchez.
Let's say a guy who's, let's say a guy who was Renato. Oh yes, yeah. So let's say a guy like Tushmeni, right?
Yeah.
The French kid.
Yeah.
If he wasn't at Real and they were taking him from whence he was coming from, he's just won a World Cup, let's say, and then they say be an understudy to Declan Rice. Do you think a player like that would be willing to do something?
So, my advice would be, don't go for the French market. Don't go for the Italian market and the Spanish market. Always go Netherlands, Belgium. There's always players there, because those are the kids who have solid tactical training from a young age, but they haven't, like, they're knocking on the door to be world class, similar to what City did with Doku.
But now you remember, we're trying to win the league here as the team.
Yeah,
so
you can find a good player. You can find a good player who can win you a league, who's not solid yet, who's not world class yet. We've done that with Liverpool. You know this.
Yeah.
We took known unknowns, and we not necessarily unknowns, but they were just middle.
But it's a different club. I heard people talking about these things. Some clubs are unrealistic in who they are and where they are.
It's their fans. It's not the clubs. The clubs know.
But
it's the fans.
but again, now remember, sometimes fans have a push, because now the fans were having a go at Unai, and now it's become the biggest enemy, the biggest nightmare. So some fans do have an influence on the boardroom upstairs. You know what I mean? So that's what I mean about.
So I've given my advice for Arsenal and how they can win a league, and technicalities we can attend on another day. Maybe we can have a snippet where we say 5 players Arsenal need, or 5 players whoever needs.
Okay.
And then Liverpool is a tricky one for me, man, because it just looks like they've burnt out.
I think what might happen, it's two extremes. It's either they
go full tilt.
They go for a run where maybe they'll win
3 games, 1 draw.
A draw, 2 draw. Or they might lose all of them. It's one of those situations where it's so extreme that the effect of this period on the players will only show now. And a lot of the games now are away games.
Yeah. Aston Villa's going to have something to say in the title race, because Aston Villa's still going to play. I think Liverpool's second last game is against Villa, and they've already beaten Arsenal.
The Gunners of London. Yeah.
So it's a safe call to make, to say City's going to go full tilt and win it.
It's City's to lose, but I think the dark horse in this three horse race is Liverpool. I think they're the dark horse.
But if Arsenal uses the goal advantage, if Arsenal can use this goal, if they can go back and be stingy in their defense, score 1 or 2 in all the rest of their remaining games, Arsenal can clinch it. But Mina,
if they don't lose, they have a better chance.
Actually, for both Arsenal and Liverpool, they have 4 finals left. Their next 4 games are all finals.
I don't think we have the temperament for 4 straight finals.
Not with the current squad.
No, we don't.
If you were talking the 2021 Liverpool, maybe.
The Champions League winning team might have it.
That's why I'm saying 2021.
Yeah, but this team, no.
Yeah.
So I think where Man City has an advantage,
they've done it before.
It's because they've done it before.
And the core of the squad have done it before. Tina, the problem is like a person like Szoboszlai has never won a league. McAllister's never won a league. Wataru Endo's never won a league.
There's too much.
There's just But Ellison is back. Trent is back. Robbo's back. I love young Conor Bradley. He's got a bite on him, but he's never done it.
The pressure. There's something the pressure does to players.
Ibu Konate is a good player, but he's massively off form, man. Ibu's massively off form, and Ibu's won 2 League Cups with Liverpool, 1 FA Cup, but he's never won a league. So he's part of the problem. Not necessarily a problem, but one of the issues.
No, but okay, look, man. I think the biggest thing that's really gonna affect all 3 teams is how they handle pressure.
Temperament.
That's it. At this point, it's got nothing to do with skill and how good you are.
Yeah.
It's how you handle pressure.
Yeah. And key moments. I mean, for instance, there was one against Crystal Palace where Robbo cleared the line. Those moments, those
the missed opportunities.
Refs as well. Refs and VAR. Luck can be like, guys, luck is there. Luck is there. So we need to also think about it. But for me, City's done. City's gonna wrap it up. I'm not sure if they're gonna win a double, but City's gonna win the league. That's my call.
No, they'll win the double. I think they'll win the double.
Because who's left? It's City, Chelsea, Man United, and Coventry City. United versus Coventry,
the only double
Chelsea versus City.
Oh, Chelsea's already playing City.
Yeah,
if Chelsea had them in the final, they might.
But if Cole Palmer has anything to say
now,
if Cole Palmer has anything to say against City in the semis,
but the problem with, I'll say it again. I thought I wouldn't go there, but the blue team. The problem is that he's a good player amongst the seekers, so. He can't carry the team alone.
Yeah, and he's way too young for that. That's too much responsibility.
The coach is a clown. They're fighting over penalty shootouts as senior players. It's a mess. Chelsea fans, I'm sorry. I thought I was going to leave you this week, but we're back at your problem. You know what I mean? You spend so much money. You have a coach who doesn't know how to handle big egos. Fire your coach, guys.
But there's the lack of coaching depth in Europe. Who's going to come in? They can't bring in Khas Hiding Korban because he was always caretaker during Abramovich's time.
Let's be honest. There's no shortage of coaches. You can't tell me anything outside of Pochettino is not good enough. There are many people who can coach Chelsea.
Will they want to go to the circus?
Look, to coach a Premier League team like Chelsea, if you are allowed the leeway to pick your team, get rid of a few players,
and then start a
fresh. It's not an Abramovich situation where you have to win something every season. So, but if they wanna win, there are coaches who are winners. If you wanna build, so it seems like this Bello guy is gonna be patient. At first, he looked like quite a temperamental club owner, but it doesn't feel.
He wanted to run it like a business. When there's an underperforming department in his business, fire. But football is a bit different. But anyway, now we're going into another round.
He's not firing in the key position.
Top 4. What's your top 4 prediction?
City, Arsenal.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Aston Villa.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, I have a controversial one.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm speaking not using logic. I'm speaking using emotion.
Don't be emotional.
I'm using emotion. Forgive me if you are sheep.
Sure.
Liverpool, City, Arsenal.
Liverpool to take it?
Yes, sir. Liverpool, hold me on it. I know this is a clickbait. It's going to come back to haunt me on YouTube.
Liverpool to take it. You need to say that again.
Liverpool
to take it. Okay.
Champions of the 2023-2024 season.
Yeah.
Liverpool, City.
Don't whisper now. Say
Liverpool,
with the same energy.
City, Arsenal, Villa.
Okay.
And probably Tottenham, Newcastle.
So Ange
is going to go to Europa.
Okay.
Eddie Howe's going to go to Europa. Chelsea, United, they must all scrap for mid-table.
Is Ten Hag there next season?
No, I don't want to waste my time on those guys. I want to talk relegation.
Is Poch there next season?
Yes.
I'm
tired of talking about mid-table teams. I've given them too much platform. It's your turn, guys. They're by the blue side of London and the red side of Manchester. It's your turn to be mediocre.
Where are you matching the you mentioned the colors.
No, I'm just here. It's a vibe. We are in nature. I must look the parts.
So now let's go to the relegation side of things. I think it's interesting for me. You've got Luton Town, you've got Burnley, you've got Sheffield.
Sheffield's gone. Let's talk about other guys. Sheffield's got 16 points and there's like 4 games to go.
Well, I need to go down the
okay, thing. But let's start by...
We start the bottom.
So it's Everton, Nottingham Forest, Luton, Burnley, and then Sheffield is last. Sheffield's on 16 points.
So they're gone.
It's the 34th game weekend, this weekend as we're shooting.
Yeah.
They won't recover. Their next team above them is Burnley. It's got 20 points. They won't stretch those 4 points in the next 4 games. It's just a lot.
I think one of the biggest problems is Chris Wilder. You must let go of the past. You must let go. If it put you down the first time,
sentiment.
You can't.
They say he's a hometown boy.
But if it keeps relegating us, why would you want to bring him back? But anyway. So Sheffield's going.
Then it's between Burnley's gone as well.
Then they're gone.
Yeah,
no chance.
Burnley's on 24 points. Luton's on 26 points. Yeah. The problem is Luton, Nottingham Forest, Everton.
Don't forget Everton. They're in the mix.
They are like 2-3 points apart, and these guys are still going arbitration of their points deductions. Nottingham and Everton.
So both of them could just automatically go.
Everton's yet to face Liverpool.
And I think Everton, the league doesn't like them.
Yeah.
And they've relegated them before for dodgy reasons.
The EPL structure, the Premier League body, it has like a...
They are the faves, eh? So Everton doesn't fall into that mix.
In those, yeah.
So unfortunately, look, I mean, as much as you can say what you want, but they've been very unlucky with the league for even if
close
you go
to 20 years
through history.
Yeah, close to 20 years. I mean, Everton was last a solid, top respected team under David Moyes, which is almost like 2004-05. Yeah.
And
Steven Pienaar was there.
And they stayed out of trouble. There weren't many. The owners were a bit solid.
They used to run that self-sustaining model. So once the Russian money came in through the form of Fahad Mushiri, it's ruined everything. Of which there's also that
they've moved away from who they are, man. Everton, I think.
Yeah, they stopped being at the identity of the club stopped being representing the people. Yeah. So once that Arab influence and Russian influence came in, I think that's also another qualm with the Premier League. The Premier League in a favor. It's
political as well.
Yeah, because the Arab money at City is clearly not a problem for them, but other Arab money is an issue. Look at how now Newcastle is being treated. They're next in line of that model, self-sustainable model. If you not have enough money, this, that, and the third, they are next in line. So, but they're lucky they have a coach like Howe who can keep them out of trouble, develop players, coach players. So let's leave Newcastle for now. But Everton at this moment is still being arbitrated after an added 1 point deduction when they were initially deducted 6 points. Nottingham Forest has been deducted 2 points, and their run in is also a bit tricky. They're facing, I think, 2 top half teams and one or two of the teams they're facing at the bottom. And there's still a Brentford in there, and Thomas Frank is capable of just ruining your day any given time. And then Everton's biggest game left is Liverpool at Merseyside, even though it's going to be at Goodison Park. Klopp's going to want to ruin the party. Klopp's going to want to just give them one big wallop, bye-bye.
But it depends where we are as well. It depends where Liverpool is,
Yeah, if we're towards
it
the
could
top,
end up
or
a
we're
draw.
a point away, or we're equal on points but goal difference, you can go there and say just slap 5 on them.
We also got Sean Dyche.
Daishi can play ruining football, but Daishi has always suffered. I think Daishi has won
anything.
He's won one, and it was COVID.
Yeah.
He's won one, it was COVID. So.
Oh, but now okay, fine. So you are saying, so of the guys who are there, who
Burnley
would you like
gone,
to go?
Sheffield gone, Nottingham Forest gone. I want the Luton Town story to. I have a personal allegiance with self-sustainable models.
Okay.
And what Luton has done, for me, it feels like it's a dream story for any other League 1, League 2 team to, like, we can push our way to the championship. Once we get out of the championship, we just sign 2 or 3 players who come in and gel with the team we came up with.
Sure.
And we play adaptable football. If you look at Luton, for the 3-3 draw against Arsenal, for the 1-1 draw against Liverpool, I think they were just hammered against City not so long ago. But you look at how they play.
Yeah.
They adapt themselves according to who they play against. They don't try and say we're
So,
coming in with carpet football. If we're not Uzangama wing, but okay, let's close down the wings, let's be compact, and then we move as through the thirds of the field.
They are adaptable.
They
It's not like
adaptable.
Leeds and Bielsa.
No, you come with chaos football. You see, the chaos football is making you leak 10 goals in 2 games, but you want to get it career. So that's why for me the Luton stories. It's also nice for like a football fan and self-taught pundits to talk about someone who's punching above their weight. It just keeps on giving you that story of hope.
But for me, you know, I mean, I see your
angle.
your team, you know, the teams you want to go down. But I would like to see Foster play in the Premiership, man, for just one more season, where he can have a full go at it.
But they're gone, man. Their points are not helping him. So the only way Foster is at Burnley, by the way. Lyle Foster, a South African boy, was developed by Orlando Pirates. So Lyle Foster, the only way he remains in the league is if the league overturns these points. Not overturns, I mean adds on to these points deductions for both Everton and Nottingham Forest. And then automatically Luton and Burnley are bumped up. So.
But I think for the amount of chaos the league has tried to do with Everton, they've really done well. Because I mean, if you look at the 10 points to where they are now, Sean Dyche is mid-table.
Yeah, if they can manage to overturn it, Daishi has helped Everton survive. They're probably going to be 10th or 9th, something like that.
They're in the Chelsea zone there. So
Chelsea United, why is she United?
that bracket of team.
Yeah.
But no, that's, I mean, for me, I think that's fair. You know, the league is sort of speaking for itself at the moment. The only variations at the bottom is what the FA does to these teams they don't like, you know.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it ends up.
Yeah, viewership, and that's our call in the run-in. You can drop your comments. Let us know what you think the league table is going to end up as in the 38th game day. And also share your relegation predictions, but also call us out if you feel like we bashing your clubs. By the way, there's been fans who've been like, it feels like we are working for someone. This is not our channel.
Working for who?
Yeah, but we are bootstrapping this channel. It is co-owned by myself and Sive under the Urbane TV platform. If you want more, let us know. We will share. And don't ask if you're not going to put in money. Put in money, then you'll find the answer.
We work for Chelsea Football Club. We're being funded by Pochettino. Until next time, guys, like, subscribe,
subscribe,
share.
Cheers, team.
Peace.